Hi, in this video we'll be doing about incorporation. So in incorporation, every student is asking what about the amendment. So we have the latest amendment which is called Spice Plus. So let me directly go into the website. Initially I'll show you what is the practicality of Spice Plus. So MCS services, then you go to Spice Plus. So once we click on the Spice Plus, we are going to get a window like this on the MCA website. So here we have two options, as you can see, new application and existing application. So we go to new application. So this is Spice Plus Part A, that is for incorporation of companies. So we go for the name. So as you can go here, we have different options, correct? So we have producer company, unlimited company, private, section 8, Nidhi, new company, others. So for private company we'll say new company, others. So private company or public company. So company limited by shares, correct? Subcategory. So subcategory we call it as a non-government company. So it is not of the government of India, it's a non-government company. So main division of industrial activity. So let us say it is 72. So computer and computer related activities. Then we go for the proposed name. So ABC Technologies, correct? We can give that name. I'm just giving a simple example. ABC Technologies Private Limited. This is what we are going to give the name. So I'll go for auto check. So auto check. Proposed name is similar because already there is a company. They've given the details also. See, this is the SIN number of that company. So I cannot get this name. So what should I do? I'll put some other name. So I'll just put some random thing, correct? Just for us to understand this provisions. So we'll go for auto check. So here it will come based on the preliminary conducted. This name appears to be not identical. So that means we can apply for this name. So then we save this and we apply for the name, and then we go to the part B. Part B is only after we make payment for part A, we will get the part B, which talks about the entire incorporation procedures. So that is what we will be covering in this particular video, which is update for all incorporation related matters, and I'll be covering all of this where the complete analysis of Spice Plus will be doing it. Yes. So let us try and understand this by help of the entire concepts which we are doing. So first thing, we need to know a little bit of background. So as I always tell, history and background becomes very crucial when we are studying. So registering a company in India is a very big challenge. Why is that? See, in India, procedures are very, very lengthy. It's extreme. But now government of India wants to make it easy. That is why they have made this Spice Plus, which is a web-based form. So we'll study everything about this. This is the amendment for exam. So please write this, whether you're writing your exam in June 2020, okay, whether you're writing your exam December 2020, whether you're writing your exam June 2021 or onwards. As of now, this is the latest amendment. So registering a company in India, as I told you, it's very difficult. So when the first step is so hard, entrepreneurs lose hope in the business of the company. And they also lose hope in India. Many people I have seen, they say, what is this so difficult just to start one business, correct? And it's quite understandable. See, if I was also a businessman, just to start the procedures, if it is so difficult, how will I get interest to study the law in detail? How will I get interest to make sure that we will go ahead with the business? Definitely it's not encouraging. So when it is so hard, we had all these problems, and now we have Spice Plus. Spice Plus is for ease of doing business, to make sure that registration of companies is simple. What are the different features? I have covered everything, so please watch this till the end and you'll understand everything about Spice Plus. As I told you, this is for the exam amendments, company law. Okay. Spice Plus, ease of doing business. What are the features? So the first thing is we are trying to have a easy corporate structure. Then from when this will be, 15th February 2020 this has started. Of course it did not start on that date. This is as per the notification. Much later it has started. In fact, as on date of recording this video, my office, which is a practicing company secretary office, we have done couple of registrations. It is a very good procedure, much easier, but of course MCA system is not cooperating, but overall it's the very good step in the right direction. Let me tell you, this is going to change the fate for many entrepreneurs. They are going to register more companies now because of Spice Plus. Right now, as on recording the video, the MCA website is not cooperating. As usual, these government websites, they take their own time. But in general, it's very good. So we should study the law right now, not just the practical difficulties which I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So let us look at the background. Why government has brought this Spice Plus? Why government of India has bought this Spice Plus? You should know this very well. The background is World Bank gives something called as ease of doing business report. We call it as EODB. World Bank gives every year ease of doing business report, and Government of India wants to increase its rank. Government of India wants to increase its rank in the ease of doing business. So that is why we want to have a much more simple procedure. That is why they're saying Spice Plus. See, now what is the problem? Now there are too many steps to start a company. As you can see here, there are too many steps. First you must get the registration, then PAN, then TAN. It is too difficult. It is very lengthy. So will the vision of the Government of India be implemented smoothly by MCA? This is a very big question. Government has a very good vision. I am telling you, they have made it very simple. But MCA website, I don't know. Let me see. Now, what is the USP or the unique selling proposition of Spice Plus? What is so special in this Spice Plus? We have 10 different services. 3 ministries will coordinate. This is a very big news which you should understand. I'll tell you how important this is. Before, the idea was anyone who is doing business is doing a crime. That was the attitude of the government to the business community. So I have to go pillar to post. I have to go to 20, 30, sometimes 40 different government office just to start my business. If I want to do factory, there are multiple licenses. State government, local city, central government, Companies Act, Environmental Protection Act, environmental laws, pollution control laws, labor laws, industrial laws. Every place I have to go. It is so irritating. In fact, I met one person around 5 to 6 years ago, and he wanted to start one biscuit factory. I told him all the requirements. He said, "What is this, sir? I'm ready to invest the money. I'm ready to put 10 crores. What kind of nonsense our government is making the rules and regulations so difficult for businessmen like me who are ready to contribute to the economy?" I felt very sad, but I was only telling him the law. So it was a big pain. So now government attitude has changed. That is very big. Now government is telling, as you can see here, 3 ministries will coordinate. You file one single window, you file it. Ministries will go run around, they'll coordinate everything, then they'll come and give you the entire certificates and licenses, everything. It's a huge thing. We should really appreciate the government for this wonderful initiative. So ministries were not talking to each other before. Okay, MCA ministry, they'll do their own thing. Then you go to Ministry of Commerce, they'll do their own thing. Ministry of Finance, they'll do their own thing. So the end consumer. He has to run around everywhere. It was such a big headache for him. So many of my clients have told me, sir, it is a crime to do business in India. Government will not at all encourage. It is true. But now, ministries will start talking to each other. I have written here, ministries were not talking to each other. It is true. Correct? Citizens had to run pillar to post. Now we'll see what will happen. So now we have the wonderful web-based form. What is this web-based form? I showed you in the beginning of this video. Correct? I went to the login ID. I even applied a name for you to see practically. I want to make you learn practically. I don't want you to learn theory. Please don't learn from anyone who is teaching you only theory. Please learn from a practicing professional. Only then you'll understand. This is a practical subject. This is not a theory subject. I get very disturbed. Student will read some book. Sir, in the book it's given like this. Company law is changing continuously. Learn only from a practicing company secretary. I'm not saying only from me. Learn from anyone, but practicing company secretary can teach you company law because every day they're working in that field. Don't learn wrong things. Okay. So I showed you the form. So we call it as a web-based form. So how you have simple things like Google, correct? All these things in the Google search you can do, right? Or you open an email ID. It's all web-based. Same way we have the Spice Plus right now, which will be web-based form. Yes. So what are the new features? So I made you fill up the part A. Correct? Nobody would have done that. I can challenge. So I went to my own ID. I logged in. I showed you part A. That is name reservation. So that is how you do it. Then part B talks about incorporation. So there we also have the form Agile Pro, which talks about all the other registrations. I'll tell you. So what can we do in the Spice Plus? Please note, write this in exam also. You can file both of them together. You can file both. That is part A, part B. You can file together. Or you can file one after the other. So what is the advantage one after the other? You can apply the name, then you can get name approval letter, correct? Then you can go for part B. That is a better option I will suggest, because if you don't get the name, then you will be stuck with nowhere. You will be in a big soup. Okay. So two options are there to file. According to me, this is bad. This is my personal opinion. Okay. Why? Because you are again delaying. It is not completely changing the picture. You are delaying the process relating to incorporation. Ideally, they should remove all the nonsense rules relating to name guidelines. Some of the name guidelines are absolutely stupid. I'm sorry to say this, but they're really stupid. See, if you want to start a proprietorship in India, there is no rules. You put any name, you can start. You want to start a partnership in India, you put any name, you can start. You want to start a trust in India, you can put any name. Of course, you can't put names which are against India. That much they'll see. But they don't see more detail. But when you want to start a company, they'll tell some 100 rules. You can't even name what you want. So I really hope in future they will change the age-old name guidelines and make it more simple. So it should be simple. It should just be one part. Instead of part A plus part B, it should just be one part. Anyway, now we don't have it. Let us see. So as I told you, change the silly name guidelines. Correct? Name will be cleared within D+1. So that is, if you file today, if you file for a name today plus tomorrow, the date of filing plus 1 day, it will be cleared. And this is really a miracle. Let me tell you, in my personal experience, this is happening. This is happening. Spice Plus is amazing. I myself have applied already quite a few names in my firm. We are 3 partners, correct? So we have applied quite a few names, and all the names we got on the same day. Really, we should appreciate the government. We have to appreciate MCA. You'll think, what, sir? Once you'll tell their website is not good, then you tell you should appreciate. Yes, because before it used to take 1 month, 2 months also. I have seen myself during my training as a CS, right? So things have improved drastically. It's very good. Today morning, if you apply for a name, you're getting it within afternoon. This is very good. You have to write such things in exam. You should appreciate MCA that they are actually doing this not even D plus 1. They're doing on D itself, but they promise D plus 1. So within one day, you're getting the name. Okay. Now, in this Spice Plus, our great Spice Plus, which is for incorporation, correct? Spice Plus. I just wrote plus PLUS, but it is the symbol plus. Why plus? Plus because you are getting lot of services. You should ask the question. For everything, you should ask question. Keep asking questions. Your life will be beautiful. I'm telling you. This is not just about CS, about everything. Yes? Now we go to what services we have in this Spice Plus. We have incorporation, we have DIN, we have PAN, we have TAN, we have EPFO, Employees Provident Fund, Employee State Insurance, then RUN. What is RUN? Name, correct? I told you, no? Part A we have, Part A I even showed you the practicality. We applied for a name and we tested, right? That one. Then professional tax, this is for Maharashtra only as of now. I'm sure other states will follow. Bank account mandatory. See, as of now, the video as we are recording, right now Punjab National Bank plus ICICI Bank, we can open the bank account. So bank account is mandatory. Later you can open in different bank, but now only. Then GST if you apply. So you will definitely get incorporation, DIN, PAN, TAN, name, EPFO if you want. It is optional, okay? These things are optional. In the form, you can say no. You can say no. But if you want, just imagine, this is so wonderful. We need to see over here. Really, for me, I can't believe it. Because I have taken even 6 months, 1 year to complete all this from 2009 when I was doing my CS training. And now it's unbelievable. It is like how we got independence. All the Indians will be so happy in 1947. I am feeling so happy like that. It's a great relief for company secretaries and our profession, mainly for new companies. So wonderful. As you can see on the screen, incorporation, DIN, PAN, EPFO, ESIC, name, professional tax, bank account, GST, everything you are getting in one single form. This is nothing short of a miracle for somebody like me, because we have seen the worst. We have seen the worst of how incorporation was there. It used to take 6 months, 8 months. People used to get irritated. Nobody wanted to start a company in India. It was such a painful process. But finally, government has changed their attitude. And that is why I'm telling we have to appreciate them. I know website MCA, it is not the best right now, but it will become best, because before 2006 there was no MCA website only. Everything was offline. Correct? Everything was offline. You have to go physically to ROC office, go and file the papers there. But now everything is online. It's really improved. We have to appreciate where it deserves. Correct? So what about SRN? Service request number they used to give us, correct? So what will happen to SRN? Is it the end of SRN? We have to see. Now what happens if something is wrong? Can you resubmit the form? Yes, you can resubmit the form. When there are any problems or any issues, you can resubmit the form. Now, what is the main problem which we are facing right now? This is just for your information. Please don't write this in exam. Don't write this in exam. See, right now, I'll tell you a practical problem. MCA website is like Shaktiman, okay? Now it is trying to become Superman. Really. I know it looks funny for you. Right now, MCA website is like Shaktiman, but they want to be Superman. Everything in online, if you click, tuck, 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 they'll give you incorporation, GST, EPFO, ESIC, TAN, then bank account, everything we are going to give. They're promised. Practically, we should see how fast they can do. But the good news is, it may take some time, 6 months, 1 year, we may have some problem. but eventually they will achieve it. They will become our Superman, and then we can definitely go for it. Now, there was one problem. Everybody said ESIC, EPFO is mandatory. That is not good. But now they've given an option where you can select no. You can select no. You say, I don't want this. You can select no. So it is not that it is mandatory. Okay. One problem which I see is startup recognition is not there. So what we have, the DPIIT startup recognition which we have, there is the interministerial board will give you a startup recognition if you are doing something into innovation, correct? So this startup recognition is not there. The startup recognition is not there, part of the Spice Plus. So this is one problem which I see. How efficient will the ministries be? We understood, no, 3 ministries will coordinate. We'll see how efficient they are. We don't know. Then as of now, only Maharashtra has agreed for some provisions, correct? Which we said professional tax. So slowly all the states are going to agree. So overall, it's a good thing. It will take some time, but I'm very sure this is a very good step in the right direction. So what is the conclusion for this video? You should understand. It's a great vision of Government of India. We have to appreciate Government of India. It was very much needed. Everybody was asking. All the startups were asking. All the companies were asking. Everybody wanted this. But all are worried about the execution. How will MCA implement this? In the past, MCA has failed. MCA has definitely failed in the past in the transition. See, first it was TCS which was maintaining MCA website. Then it became our Infosys. That transition was very painful for everyone. So I just hope that that will not happen now. And overall, it is going to be very great. Correct? It will help a lot of people in the startup world because we have a single window. You file your application into this single window, you will get all the clearance. This is great. So it's a great step. Let us hope they achieve it, and we really hope they do it. Okay, this is a detailed presentation which we understood. Now we go further to details required for Spice Plus. What is the type of company? I showed you in part A. What is the structure, limited by shares, etc. What is the address? This is for registered office. We need to give. Then what are the subscriber details? That is, who are the people who are going to subscribe? Is it individual? Is it body corporate? Correct? Do we have any OPC nomination details? Because in OPC there's only one person. Then we have stamp duty and PAN and TAN details we have to give. So details required for Spice Plus. Very important again for exam. Right? Then, so we need to understand all this. So nature of submission has changed. So we had Spice, correct? Spice 32. Now we have Spice Plus. So the form is similar, it's the same, but the nature of submission is different. Now we call it as a web-based form. Before it used to be a downloaded PDF form. So now there's no PDF, it is web-based. So you need to have internet, you need to log in. Of course, there are some practical difficulties. So if you have only one login and you have many people in office, so if somebody is doing incorporation, you can't do anything else. So these are some of the practical problems these things will solve. But I've told you completely practically. I don't want you to tell stories. Okay, I don't want to tell you the stories and simply tell something which is not relevant for you. I've shown you the Spice Plus part A. You have to make the payment for part A, then part B. And I've told you what are all the services, and I've told you what are the details required. So complete detail about Spice Plus has been covered. complete detail about Spice Plus has been covered. You can call or WhatsApp for any doubts which you have. If you have not yet downloaded our Android app, please download. Stay connected. Our Android app is Ekcel Academy Online. This is there for your help. We are always there to help you. So as I told you, single window clearance. We'll quickly recap. This is the Spice Plus detailed analysis. Correct. Registration of company was difficult. Spice Plus is for easy structure. It has come from 15th Feb. Name of the form is Spice Plus. This is because government wanted to get high ranking in World Bank report. Then we have 10 different services, 3 ministries working together. Correct. This is a web-based form, not a PDF form. Right. Then we have all the services which is there. Very crucial. This is very, very important for you. Please know this very well. Extremely crucial. Incorporation, DIN, PAN, TAN, RUN, that is name application, ESIC, professional tax in Maharashtra, bank account, GST, all these services are there. Then I told you about the execution. We just hope that government does a good job. So this is a single window clearance where we get all the solutions. So that brings to the end of this particular video where we understood everything about Spice Plus. This is the most detailed comprehensive video. Even I've shown you the MCA website. If you still have any doubts, please let me know. And this is important for Incorporation chapter, our company law. So please write it in exam. I'm sure you'll get more marks than others.